Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we are reacting to Colin Cowherd's top 10 players in the 2022 NBA Finals. So as we go through this, I'm going to give you guys my thoughts and opinions, all that good stuff. But I will say, I'm not sure what his criteria for his ranking is going to be. I really hope it goes beyond just like, well, this guy averages the most points, so therefore they're the best player in the series and everything. Because I feel like guys like Marcus Smart, they're, his defense, being defensive player of the year, and like how he can hopefully negate Curry to some extent. Well, if you're a Celtics fan. Or, I don't know, man, even just like Jordan Poole, like what he could do off the bench and everything, assuming he comes off the bench. I don't know if they're doing the Kevon Looney or Jordan Poole lineup or anything, but, yeah, man, let's check this out, see what it's all about. Also, on my other channel, Crispy Flakes, I did a video where I put every single NBA player in the finals in their prime. Super good video, man. Go check it out. Let's get it.
So what we do before big championship games, we did it before the Super Bowl. We take the 10 best players we believe, and it gives us some sense of who's going to win this series.
Let's see it.
So, and we've had some success. We did it with the Rams and the Bengals, and I think we thought the Rams had the...
I would say off the top of my head, I do think the Warriors have more top-heavy talent. I will say that. I think they got more top-heavy talent. But I also think, like, the Celtics' height and everything is going to play a big factor in the series. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know if you got Al Horford as, like, a top 5, but, having a 6'10" dude at the power forward spot like that, it's going to create some issues for the Warriors.
6 of the 10 best players. And sometimes the team with fewer great players has 1 or 2 at the top, but not the depth.
Yep.
So let's do the 10 best players
in
the finals. Here we go. Number 10 would be the Celtics' big guy, Robert Williams.
Robert Williams.
Best defensive rating of any Celtic defensive player, and that's saying something.
Considering Marcus Smart's on the team.
Injuries. He's missed a lot of games. But if he's on the floor, he shut down Bam Adebayo. And, Draymond Green was telling me yesterday, I talked to Draymond, he's like, if that guy's on the floor, we're not scoring inside. So, number 10 would be Robert Williams. Number 9, I would say Al Horford. He's Mr. Double-double in the playoffs. He'll give you 12 and 12. He's also been a very efficient three-point shooter in the series.
I do get what he says about, like... Because I don't know, like, I get, like, the injuries and everything like that, but, we're going to assume everybody's healthy and everything. And I do think when healthy, Robert Williams is better than Al Horford. But Al Horford is, I think is also like a very much so like an X factor in this series, if I'm being quite honest. But, okay.
He's experienced,
what y'all think, Celtics fans? What y'all think?
A little better defender than people give him credit for, but Al's going to give you double-doubles as much as anybody in this finals. Number 8, I would say Jordan Poole. Now, he comes off the bench, but he averages over 17. And the difference between him and Horford and Robert Williams, if he scored 30 in one of these games, you wouldn't be shocked. He's got a huge ceiling. Very clever, lightning fast first step. Jordan Poole, 17 a game off the bench. One of the reasons I like Golden State. They've got a lot of people that can beat you. Number 7, maybe a little low, Marcus Smart. His thing is inconsistency. When he scores, they don't lose. He's a great defensive player. Again, he's offensively is a struggle for him. He's not a natural, fluid offensive player.
Yeah, he's very much so going to have to take smart, no pun intended, smart, efficient shots. Like, don't be jacking up 20 shots a game. It's not the moment to do that. Oftentimes when you have a great offensive player, you will match them up on a not so good offensive player on the defensive side to conserve their energy. I think in this case, Marcus Smart needs to go all in defensively on Curry. And then offensively speaking, don't try to do too much, preserve that energy for the defensive side of things and then go from there. Like, if you're open, take the shot. You have to be aggressive. You have to make plays. But how you can negate Curry to any extent is what's going to benefit your team the most, Mr. Smart.
But about every third or fourth game, he'll give you 20 plus.
Yep.
And when he's done it in the playoffs, the Celtics are 5-0. Number 6, Andrew Wiggins. The best thing I can say about Andrew Wiggins, and a lot of people don't buy into plus minus, he's got the best in the finals among all players. But when he's on the floor...
Wow, I didn't know that. That's cool.
You feel like the Warriors are more athletic and better defensively.
Yep.
And that's the best thing I can say about him. When he's on the floor,
he's the new Harrison Barnes.
He's just a 6'7.5", springy, twitchy athlete. He could score 20. He could shut Jayson Tatum down for moments. Andrew...
I think he can make things difficult for Jayson Tatum. I don't think he's going to be shutting down Jayson Tatum, but he can make it difficult for him, like, them post-up plays and stuff that Tatum likes to do. Not going to get him as much in this series or anything, but Yeah, I think Wiggins is fantastic.
Wiggins, number 6. Number 5 is the catalyst often, Draymond Green. He's leading all remaining players in assists, believe it or not. And he doesn't hit many threes, but in the 20 games this year, he hit one. They won 19.
Which is insane.
So, and Draymond will get the toughest defensive assignment. He is annoying.
You know, I remember back when the Detroit Pistons was playing with, like, Big Ben Wallace. Like, their tradition for every game was they let Ben Wallace take the first shot. That was just it, because he knew he wasn't going to be taking any for, like, the rest of the game. I feel like it'd be fun to do with Draymond Green. Like, let him, like, jack up a 3 on the very first play if he makes. They're like, hey, we're going to win the game. But probably not the best way to start things off, especially with Steph Curry on your team.
Difficult. He's the Rodman of this era, but a little better offensively, a lot better offensively, because he is often the catalyst of this offense.
The Rodman
Number
of this
4
era.
is Klay Thompson. Listen, they've made the finals in 6 straight years when he's healthy.
Cool
the
with
2
it.
years he wasn't, they stunk. So Klay allows Steph Curry breathing room on the defensive end. I don't think he's as good defensively as he was before the injuries.
That's fair.
But in that last game against Dallas, it was like, uh-oh. And it should be noted,
Well, and when Klay Thompson, you know, a few seasons ago, there was people talking. They were saying he was like the best like two-way shooting guard in the entire NBA. I forgot who he was being compared to. I think I remember like times like DeMar DeRozan and like James Harden as far as two-way players and stuff, like Jimmy Butler maybe. But yeah, even like Klay Thompson, if he's not the same he once was defensively, like he's still like a good defensive player because he used to be elite. So now he's just good. There's nothing wrong with that.
Shooting better in the postseason than in the regular season. And I don't think that's necessarily physical. I think a lot of that is mental coming off injuries. So Klay looks like he's got his stroke back, and he could be the difference in this series.
All right.
Number 3, Jaylen Brown, who has not had the surgeries, but gives you some of the dimensions of Klay.
Fair.
Good three-point shooter, very good defensively, and he's the second leading scorer for the Celtics. Very dependable player. I never thought he would be this good offensively in the league. I thought he would be an NBA player. He'd be an all-defensive, super athletic at Cal, but he's become a very consistent offensive
Well-rounded player.
And in the conference finals, he made more threes than any other player. He made 19. So he's a little Klay Thompson for them, but I think physically now he hasn't had to combat some injuries. Number 2, Jayson Tatum. One of the best young players in the game. I got no holes in his game. I don't think he's a terrific ball handler. He can be a little sloppy and turnover prone.
Maybe a little slow with it at times.
But so can the number 1 player, and that's Steph Curry. He was the leading scorer in the offseason, the most lethal scorer, the fastest scorer, the game changer. He is the most active player without the ball in the league.
He's the
table setter. He's the finisher. He's the culture setter. He's the leader. He can be a little sloppy like Tatum. A little showy at times.
Any all-star is, though.
But his influence, I don't understand. And you don't hear it much anymore. But whenever I hear shade thrown at him, I'm like, I don't get it. I mean, he is the most influential. Not the best, but he's the most influential player of my life. Basketball does not look the same.
All right, let's look at this top 10 list here. I would say overall, I don't think it's a bad list. I don't really have anything like heavily to complain about here. I guess, like 9 and 10, I think maybe you could like switch those two around. I think Robert Williams, like his importance to this team because of injuries, like is kind of being a little like recency biased up in here. Marcus Smart with Wiggins. I think that I feel like Smart is going to be more important to the Celtics than like Wiggins will be to the Warriors this series. Like, I think Wiggins, I don't know, man. It's not bad. I think it's a pretty solid list. I don't got anything like I'm trying to like nitpick a little bit, but honestly, you might be able to flip around a few of them here and there. But I think it's pretty solid, man. What you all think, man? That's all we got for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.